Hey everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing Cell by Stephen King. Now, this book is about a zombie outbreak that starts happening. We have Clay Riddell, and he's in line getting some ice cream, and these cell phones go off. You know, it's 2006, not everyone quite has a cell phone yet, but majority of the population do. And when they pick up this phone, they become a zombie. Now, I'm not quite sure what exactly happens to the brain, but the transmission or whatever they hear does something to it, and they start killing people, killing each other. You know, it's just apocalyptic crazy that's going on. But anyway, our stories take place in Boston with Clay Riddell, who eventually meets Tom, and they meet Alice, who is a 15-year-old girl. And Clay's goal is to go up north and to see how his son is doing, because his son owns a cell phone. And if his son was with his mother owns a cell phone. And he is worried that his son may be dead, or he may be a zombie, or who knows what could have happened. But anyway, they're working their way up north, and they start to notice that the zombies are changing instantly. One day they were causing havoc, and the next day they're flocking. The more like developed, I would say. You know, they're not killing each other anymore. They're now walking as a group, doing things that are just abnormal for zombies to be doing. And as the story goes on, the zombies start to develop and become smarter and stronger, and so this becomes an issue for them. Anyways, as Tom and Clay and Alice head up north, they come to the school and they learn that on this football field is where the zombies are sleeping at night. And they come up with the brilliant idea that, you know what, we're gonna kill all of them, do away with them, because, you know, trying to reclaim your world back. Anyway, they destroy the zombies, and then they start regretting their decision. You know, it's not a smart move because the zombies are upset, and they tell them that, you know what, you gotta head up north to this town where there's no transmission, no cell phones, you'll be safe. You know, we just want to put all the people there, that way you guys can live your life, we'll live ours. You know, the world is now ours, it belongs to the zombies. This is where I have to stop talking because I don't want to ruin anything, but for me, this is where the book started elevating. It got better, and it kept me more interested in it. You know, it is a struggle trying to read the first half because it's so boring and so slow, and not much goes on, to be honest. You know, they meet the drunk man, they meet the preacher lady, but for me, those characters were just thrown in to make it seem a little bit more dramatic, and it was just boring, to be honest. It's like watching I Am Legend. For me, that movie was just so boring until the ending, and that's basically what this book was. You know, the second half of this book is great because they start to get visions of something that's going to happen, and they're not quite sure how it's going to happen or when it's going to happen. But I definitely love the second half. You know, there's just more drama in it, and you're kind of concerned about the characters, and then these visions that they start having, so it becomes more interesting. But it's just hard to get to that point because the first half of this book is boring. Like, it's a great story, like, believe me, I think you guys should read it because I love the concept. Like, there's so many zombies out there. Like, you may even be a zombie and you may not even know it. The things that I loved about this book is that it makes people become zombies, and I feel like it's so true. Like, his concept of, like, people who enter the cell phone become a zombie, like, that is so true. Like, have you ever just walked in a mall and you see the kids on the phone like this, or plugged in and talking away, and it's just weird. Like, what happened to the times when people would actually walk and be looking, and people would interact with each other? Like, I love this book because people hate cell phones after this, and I wish I could live in a world without cell phones sometimes. The things I hate about this book are the kids. There are two kids. There's Alice, and then what's the other one name? Jacob? No, it's not Jacob. Maybe it is Jacob. Jordan, that's the name. Anyway, Alice and Jordan. For me, They're kids. You know, Alice is 15, Jordan I think is like 11 or 12, but they just seem kind of too mature for me for their age. You know, Jordan's over here talking about like, oh, this is what's happening, you know, computers. He's relating computers to the way the brains are developing, and I'm like, how old are you again? You're only like 11 or 12, and look how smart you are. And then Alice, she's like, oh, we should do this, and then she grows up so quick in this book. I mean, I like seeing her develop as a character, but for me, it's just, she's kind of like, she didn't act like a 15-year-old for me, and that's just kind of bothered me. As far as the rating for this book goes, I'm gonna give it a 3. You know, it's not the best Stephen King book I've ever read. You know, I've read Misery and Under the Dome, and those books are greater than that. But it's not the worst book I have ever read. You know, I've read books from other authors, and this book is still a good book. Like, trust me, you should read it. But it's just the first half of the book that is such a struggle to get through. And, you know, if you're new to Stephen King, maybe you want to read something else. That way you don't have a bad interpretation of who Stephen King is. But yeah, definitely check it out. So guys, that's it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe. And I hope to see you guys next time. So thanks for watching. Bye.